Hello, my fellow crypto maniacs all around the world. Welcome to another episode of Home Run Crypto. This is Shane, striving to bring you good, free, quality value regarding the crypto space. Today I wanted to talk about something that I think is overlooked, especially by people that are new in this space. We're in a time, where there's all these new regulations, all these new governing bodies, all these things. It seems like every day there's a new thing coming out that's trying to clamp down on regulating the cryptocurrency industry, which I see as an attempt to gain control over it. Because as the powers that be begin to become the powers that no longer be, they feel this grip on the people and the money supply beginning to fall between their fingers. So they want to do whatever they can to make sure that that doesn't happen. Now, I feel confidently that in the long run, they are not going to come out on top like they have time and time again. Okay, but it's very important that we do not allow, or that we do all that we can to stand up against this. So if you're new to the cryptocurrency space, there's a few different types of people, and I'll only touch on two. The first type of person that gets involved in crypto is doing so to amass as much physical money, wealth, as humanly possible, as quickly as they can, and then get out. Okay, and I'm not saying that either one is better than the other, or that any particular one is wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The other is a bit more of, I guess, I don't love this word, but a radical approach based on a fundamental belief. And so this person gets into the cryptocurrency industry. For whatever reason they initially get into it, it's not long before they discover what this is all about. And it's a movement. It's a movement to break away what is and what has been for quite some time, to remove themselves from this system, to unplug from this machine. And so not only, and those many of those people are going to benefit greatly along the way when it comes to increasing their spending power, increasing what they're able to do. And it goes hand in hand with breaking off from the system, right? Because I think a lot of us are in a situation where we need to buy our freedom, okay? Some people spend 40, 50, 60 years doing it. Others spend only a handful of years. And it's the ones that are able to do it in just a handful of years are generally the ones that seize opportunity when it comes along and invest money as opposed to save money. Now, the second person, and I'm going to talk more about this one because I think this one's far more interesting. The first one's kind of straightforward and doesn't need much elaboration, but the second person identifies a problem with the foundation of this system that we live in, and want to either be a part of the change or reap the benefits of, or support, kind of like support the change. So they are in it for the long haul. They see this as, they're not just looking at Bitcoin and Litecoin, right? They're looking at, the other cryptocurrencies that are out to change the payroll processing and funding for new businesses, and what's another good example here? How where we store our money, wallets, for example, like Pillar. Okay, so these people are more on the side of of the awakening, I guess what you would call it, what a lot of people are calling it now. And these are the people that are basically the backbone of this industry. And these people are creating businesses on various different crypto platforms, such as Bitcoin, such as Ethereum, such as EOS. The list goes on and on and on. And I don't want to, be biased towards one coin or another. I think that Litecoin, is soon going to have a protocol for building applications as well. And there are also people that are readily engaging with these people who are building these businesses. So they're paying attention to them on social media. They are finding out ways to get involved. Or, a lot of what I do is I will simply, I'll do plenty of due diligence and research on a particular coin, on a particular company, on a particular team. And if I decide that this is something that, it checks out the technology, the team, and the timing, and B, it's something that I believe in and I think will have a very positive impact on humanity. And among a few other things, but those are the two kind of big ones. I'm going to buy in. And what I'm going to do, I probably don't have the time to contribute to the growth of that project when it comes to time. But what I can do is I can buy their token, which is basically investing in that company, and hold on to it. Not just look for a quick profit, but hold on to it. And I've done so with, I would say, between 5 and 10 coins, okay, that I really believe in. And while my small contribution, looking at, the broad scope here, it's not like I'm putting $1 million into one of these companies, but I am contributing. And, later on, as we move forward here and as I build a little bit of a foundation in these videos, I will begin to elaborate on particular coins and what I like about them and what they are changing, what they are out to do, out to accomplish. So, obviously I think it's pretty clear that I align more with that second person as opposed to that first person. Now, with that said, one of the key things about this for me is that, as that person that, believes in this thing and has seen it grow from less than a $1 billion industry overall to all the way on up to an $800 billion industry, I believe, in December. And now we're floating at around $350 billion. I believe in this thing, and I will do whatever I can within reason to make this thing, to have a positive impact on this whole industry, more specifically on 5 to 10 companies within this tremendous new industry. So now a fundamental part of that for me is that I do buy and sell other coins along the way to amass larger positions, larger investments, larger holdings in those 5 to 10 that I really believe in, and take profits along the way in other coins that are outside this 5 to 10. Take profits along the way so that I can break off from this machine, so that I can unplug from the system, and that I can then contribute more time, energy, resources into this industry as a whole, and helping to make this thing grow and expand and become what it is I think many of us want it to become. So while I would say I align more with the second person here, there's definitely some of the first person where I do need to amass more money because I need to physically buy my freedom with dollars as of now, right? A set number of dollars, and then I become what I would say is a free citizen. No longer financial obligations are removed from my reality. And I think for many of us, once financial obligations are removed from the equation, then a lot of new things open up to us that we didn't see as possible for many, many years down the road. One of the biggest things there is you now have the freedom to legitimately pursue what it is you are passionate about. Okay, what it is that excites you, what it is that you care about. And the more people that do that, for each new person every day that does that, I think, it is, there's great potential for that to have a massively positive implication on humanity. on so many different levels. So for me, I am a combination of the two. I think there's a lot of people out there also that would align with that, and and I'm contributing to this how I can. So transitioning into the main reason why I'm making this video today is that we are in a time where there's big money coming in. There's the powers that be that are coming into crypto, and I think they're predominantly focused on Bitcoin and looking very little elsewhere. What we are seeing, the direct result of that is this manipulation of Bitcoin's price. So I don't think it's any secret that this price is being manipulated, and has been for several months. And it's very frustrating for us little guys. Hold on one second. My dog is being a little shithead. Milo, what are you doing? Hey, Milo, what are you doing? Do you want to go back in your crate? Love him to death, but sometimes he's a little shithead. So I don't think it's any secret that we are in a time of manipulation of Bitcoin, and when Bitcoin's price fluctuates, so does the rest of the market. So it does have implications on the market as a whole. So I see this as the big guys, like the King Kong and the tree, an example that I gave that I got from T-Ho, the Arcane Bear. Shout out to you, T-Ho. You do great work. Please continue doing it. I've been consuming your content for a long time now. And I know I only recently subscribed to your channel, but I also only recently created a YouTube account. So keep doing what you're doing. It's great stuff, man. A lot of people, I think, need to hear what you have to say. Tio gave the example of us little monkeys, basically, with our little crypto bags, right? However much you have, in this tree, and you're holding on to the tree with one hand, and you got your crypto bag in the other, and then King Kong, who represents this big institutional money, the powers that be, jumps into this tree and just starts shaking the hell out of it. And people are losing their grip, falling out, and their bags are just being sucked up by the big guy. They're all their crypto bags, just sucked up. So it's the ones who are able to hold on to this tree and hold on to their bag and stay up there, because eventually that big guy is going to get tired, right? That big King Kong figure is going to get tired, and the shaking of the tree will subside, and those who are left holding on are really going to reap the benefits and the rewards. And so I think what's going to happen, because of what they're doing, is that they're condensing, they're trying to hold down this price of Bitcoin for as long as humanly possible. I kind of see it like there's a pot of boiling water, and there's somebody that's holding the lid on, and the lid is like shaking, and this water's just boiling and boiling. And the guy's just, somebody's just holding this lid on the thing, preventing it from blowing the lid off. And it's only a matter of time before that event happens. And I think if this market wasn't manipulated the way it has been for several months, I think we'd be at a much higher price point than between the $7,500 and $9,000 range. So I think it's quite undervalued. Bitcoin and Bitcoin's undervalued, therefore the rest of the market is undervalued as well. And many coins relative to Bitcoin, I believe, to be undervalued. Now, it's only a matter of time before that lid does get blown off, before that King Kong does get tired. So when that happens, I think we're going to see a meteoric rise in Bitcoin. It's going to happen very fast. It's going to happen rapidly. And there's going to be many people that are going to say, man, I wish I had bought Bitcoin at such and such a price. I wish I didn't wait, because now look at it. And they're going to be left with the decision of, well, it seems, this is higher than it's been in several months. Do I buy now, or do I or do I wait to maybe, because maybe it'll drop back down? So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to enter at a substantially higher price, and there's going to be a great number of people that aren't going to enter at all. They're going to wait around for this correction back down to below 10,000. It's not going to happen. In which case they might end up buying way later on down the stream, where their dollar goes, very, very short distance when it comes to Bitcoin. So what I would encourage people to do, if you have new money, and when I say new money, I mean, fiat capital to work with. Okay, if you have U.S. dollars, euros, whatever it is that is your base currency that you use, if you have some to work with, to play around with, I wouldn't hesitate. I would put it into this cryptocurrency industry right now, because when this thing gets going, it's going to go. With all that I just said, with it keeping it down and the guy shaking the tree and all these things that are putting pressure on it. The more pressure that you put on, the more that builds, right? Because you have to put more to keep what's building down. So it's only a matter of time before the lid gets blown off this thing and we see a meteoric rise, much more aggressive than what it already was going to be, I believe. So I would say this is a very opportunistic time for your dollar to go quite a long way when it comes to Bitcoin. I wouldn't squander that opportunity. Now, I'm in a position where I don't have free-flowing capital to invest. I don't have excess U.S. dollars to invest. So I'm already vested. And it's always frustrating when there's an opportunity such as this one for me to buy, and I can't do so. So if I can help somebody else make that decision, then I'll be satisfied. I have a group of friends that basically consult me when it comes to crypto on a regular basis. And when it comes to these dips, these corrections, these manipulative periods, I always tell them, most of the time they come to me complaining, Bitcoin's doing this and it's not, what's going on with the price? Are we ever going to get back to 20? And I will always, at some point in that conversation, I will say, look, here's what's going on, I think, in my opinion. And because this is going on, this is a tremendous buying opportunity. So if you have some money to work with, buy more. Okay? Buy more. So since I can't do it, I don't want to take that opportunity away from others. I want to help them see and help them evaluate the situation. If you're new, and maybe you just recently got a Coinbase account, maybe recently a Gemini, whatever, with the intention, or Circle Invest, I would check that one out. That's one I used way back in the day, and it was excellent. It was my favorite way to buy Bitcoin, and it was, in my opinion, it was way better than buying through Coinbase. And then they actually shut down their buying of Bitcoin service for a time, and I don't remember exactly why they did it. Since then, they have bought Poloniex, which was one of my favorite exchanges of all time. And now I believe you can buy and even sell Bitcoin on Circle again. So I don't know if the process is different or what, but I know back in the day, I preferred it over any other method of buying Bitcoin. So I would check that out. But if you're new, or maybe you've been around and you're just not understanding what's going on with the market, with the price, if everything I'm saying, or even just a fraction of what I'm saying, is true, then I would say, right now is a very good time to put that money into the game. Get skin in the game. If you already have skin in the game and you have some free-flowing capital to work with, put some more skin in the game. If you don't have any free-flowing capital to work with, find a way to create some. And I know you might be saying, well, isn't that hypocritical of you? Well, no, it's not, because short of getting my car repoed or getting kicked out of my apartment, there's really, I just don't have anything to work with at this time. I do have two businesses on the side. This video that I'm doing is basically contributing to my crypto business, which is one of the two businesses. And the other business is a baseball training business where I'm generally paid cash. And a lot of it is upfront for week-long programs or month-long programs. And what I do with that money as soon as I get it is I put it into crypto to fund my other business. So I don't have any excess capital. It's very unfortunate. But it is my reality, and I am thankful for the position that I'm already in. Okay. With that said, I'm incredibly envious of those of you who have some free-flowing capital to work with that simply need to make the decision to click the buy button. Now, this isn't just me shilling Bitcoin, okay? This is genuinely how I feel and the advice that I would give to my own mother, should she ever listen to what it is that I have to say. So I would say now is a very good time to get in. When you get in, give it some time. Don't look at the price every 10 minutes like a lot of us do. It can drive you mad, and it can drive you to the point of panic selling, which I see all the time. And that's exactly what King Kong wants you to do, okay? The powers that be, that's what they want you to do. So just buy it and hang on. And if you're new, I would buy it and I wouldn't touch it for at least like 6 months. I would check the price maybe once a month. Just remove that potential stress from your life entirely. Remove that emotional, just remove that emotion that might push you to make a selling decision. Just remove that from the equation. Remove it, right? Check the price once a month. And then 6 months later, see what the price is at and reevaluate. Perhaps it's at a little bit overvalued. Maybe you want to sell it, take a little bit of profit, and then buy back in when the price dips down, which I also encourage, which is something I personally did not do enough of. Instead, I put into other altcoins, which wasn't a bad decision. My portfolio grew because of it, but I could have, at certain times, I could have done made out substantially better if I had actually sold for US dollars at an overvalued Bitcoin price, taken a few profits along the way, but the vast majority of which waiting for that Bitcoin price to correct and go back down, then buying back and securing a larger position. So I hope this video was of value to somebody out there. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. If there's any other content I should be checking out that you think is up my alley, also put it in the comment section below. This is Shane with Home Run Crypto, and I will see you in the next video.